are going to try this again here because yesterday's attempt, the microphone was deactivated during the update. All right. During the update to Windows 11, it deactivated the microphone and didn't say anything. So I'm going to try this again. This time, Rosetta's with us, and she's doing some
Hello.
Yeah. And yeah, all the commentary, the brilliant insight and history, was lost to the. Fine, okay, we'll do it again. We're going to do. This is a fan film from 1974. One of the first really big one. Usually to that point, it was all just kids in the backyard, with little hand drawn insignia taped to their shirts and using dad's power drill as a phaser. And shooting the next door neighbor was supposed to be the Klingon. This was the first one they actually did costumes and sets and special effects and stuff, And they made it for about $2,000 back in '74. It's about $10,000 today. But this is, it's kind of lost. We only got half of it, unfortunately. It's called Paragon's Paragon. It's a rough remake of Spock Must Die, novel by James Blish. And we're going to go ahead and get this rolling here.
Okay.
Did it last because I remember reading it's like it's supposed to be a full hour. I was laying a half hour's worth. And did a quick message. It's on the two halves are on 1966 TV Batman, his channel. A little bigger than mine, but McMaster's? No. This is that's a topic in and of itself, Mike McMaster's. But this one is let's see. Hold on, get that. No, we don't want to. Keep us in the picture somewhere. But
okay.
Where are we here?
We're insane here.
Yeah.
Don't mind me too much as I move things around. I got to reposition this thing to work on the next section.
Where was I? Okay, yeah, it's a rough.
You're losing your mind.
Slightly, yeah. Slight reworking of the James Blish novel Spock Must Die. And yes, it's a very good retelling of what I remember the book, but unfortunately, his version of events doesn't quite match up with Ken. But that's another issue. But yeah, only thing we salvaged was about half of the story, and in any coherent form. So the most we got is just like the first half of it, and then whoever did this put together. And next time on Paragon's Paragon, then what was left of it. So if anybody has an idea of where we can get the entire episode, this is a bit of a holy grail now on fan films, but not because of the historical nature, but also the fact that we don't have all of it anymore. Give me a shout out. We don't have to get the whole thing. So here we go. From 1974, Paragon's Paragon. And maybe we talk over this so then we can avoid the copyright claim that the last version did.
Well, I mean, they got to try to get their suck money on every little fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
Why produce new good content when you can just suck every person who tries to enjoy the old content, right?
I don't know how UMG managed to
that's the thing, right? Because they're greedy bastards who paid money for it. I mean, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the money. Money talks, fuck fans, right?
Yeah.
I might be a little cynical. Just a little.
What's that?
I might be just a little bit cynical, though.
Oh, yeah,
From the captain's log, stardate 7011.9. We are continuing to record a navigational grid for this area of space-time as ordered. Though not far from the Klingon Empire, the mission has been quite uneventful.
Yes, the action is very scintillating. Yes, that is a white girl in blackface.
Very good, Lieutenant.
It was the mid-'70s. You could do that sort of thing without being branded a Klansman.
Mr. Selleck, take command. I'm going down to the cafeteria.
Did I mention it's the 70s?
Errors count.
Captain, do you recall our chat about the transporter and his various misgivings?
Yes, but I can't say I've been losing any sleep over it.
Well, he didn't like being disassembled and transported, and I've been thinking, if we could create a duplicate of the man to be transported, the original wouldn't have to go anywhere.
I'm not sure what that accent's supposed to be there. Is it? Actually, that sounds just like Mad Mardigan's attempt at a New Zealand accent. I knew there was something familiar about it. There's something tweak about it.
At least it didn't sound as bad as Bird of Prey trying to do Aussie.
Well, yeah, if you're dealing with them, just put together your
Just
friends.
saying.
You don't need black folks. Guess what?
That's the truth, Captain.
You pick one that's willing to cover herself brown and put a black wig on there. Okay, guess what? You're her.
What's called Hilbert space, and just like our universe is made of protons,
I mean, yeah,
and electrons.
if you're doing this in a little nobody crew with friends, depending on where you live, there may not have been anybody around who could fit the bill.
Establish Hilbert space in a transporter.
Suburban Southern California, I think. It's like, guess what?
And then send the copy.
Not a lot of black folks in those days.
No murder ever occurs, if such in fact is the problem. It seems to me that, wait, Captain, there's more. Our present 30,000 kilometer transporter range is a flight of a gnat by comparison to a tachyon transporter. This means we can send a man to Organia from here. Upon his return, we keep him in Hilbert space until we've gathered the recorded information.
I mean, there is a cringe factor to it, but
I gotta wonder if that's his real accent. Or is he trying to do something?
And our original has never left the ship. Obviously, Kira, you wouldn't be bringing this matter to...
no, I don't think the porn stashes and mutton chops are regulation. I'm going to agree with that.
No.
Not by one of the transporter stations is the work of a week.
Good work, Kira. Proceed with your alterations in the transporter and keep me informed. And don't get involved with Doc as to the reality of the duplicate.
I'm pretty sure the music and the sound effects were added later.
Stardate 7032.1. Upon assurance from Mr. Carrot that there was no bodily danger inherent in his transporter modification, Mr. Selleck was chosen as the logical emissary to Organia. I have decided to keep the apprentice program being instituted on starships in effect for this maneuver. It looks the same. Is everything in order?
Aye, Captain. Invisible shielding. As long as the field is on, the whole interior of the chamber is effectively in another universe. It has to be confined.
What exactly is the procedure?
Same as always, except the distance, and in fact, he won't disappear. His Tecton replicate will be sent to Organia automatically to return 1 day after return.
It's going, Barry.
The Tecton replicate is on its way to Organia. We'll cut him on the transporter.
Interesting.
We reestablish
In its own weird
chamber
way.
long enough to pull the replicate 3-4.
Mr. Selleck, are you ready?
Yes, Captain.
Well then, Mr. Selleck, good travel with you.
Hello, Parrot Head, you troublemaking weirdo.
Mr. Roca, energize.
Now, I can't quite place what that accent was to be, but I know it's the same stupid accent that Mad Mardigan drags up when he's supposedly doing his, New Zealand Batman. The damn sure isn't New Zealand. They moved to the back and they're a foot shorter.
They jump stations. If I send the real Selleck into Hilbert space, he'll die. Yet the other Selleck is here and alive.
Well, which of you two is the original?
I am.
I was afraid you'd say that. Well, let's get one problem settled right now. You shall be referred to as Selleck 1, and you Selleck 2. What in the hell went wrong?
Captain. Under the new setup, all the pods were activated simultaneously, allowing for the change in position. But something interfered with the system.
Well, I want to know the hows and the whys. Obviously, they both can't be tachyon constructs. But the most important thing for us to resolve right now is who is the original and who is the replica. Don't sell it. Come with me.
This is a pretty good transporter console.
Well, I suppose with two selves on the ship, there shouldn't be any logical problem we can't lift.
Unless, Captain, we think exactly alike, in which case the replica is superfluous.
Obviously, you don't both alike, or you both would have spoken the same words at exactly the same time.
True, but not relevant, if I may so observe, Captain. Even if we thought exactly alike at the replica's creation, our experience is still different. Beginning with the simple fact that we both occupy different positions in space. This creates a difference in our thinking, which will certainly grow larger as time goes by. But the difference will probably remain trivial for quite some time. We are already disagreeing, are we not?
Oh, boy.
That is enough crosstalk. You both certainly look and sound like the real stuff. But together you're causing more confusion
Oh,
than
yeah.
he did at his worst logic jags. Front one, go to your quarters until I call for you. Two, you come with me to the cabin. So, you never reached Ordania for even a fraction of a second.
No, Captain, I gained no information. Troopers, officers, are not very helpful in maintaining the ship. Also, to retain both of us on the ship will be emotionally painful for either. Imagine what would we like to know there is a second Richard S. Kirk.
Yes, I see. Well, then what do you propose I do?
You have no choice, Captain. You must destroy one.
Even if it turns out to be you?
Even if it is I.
I may take that course, but only after we determine for sure which is the original. In the meantime, go directly to the bridge. Remain there for 10 minutes precisely, and then retire to your quarters.
Very well, Captain.
Mr. Saltwan,
Sure, Captain.
report directly to the conference room, deck 8.
On my way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mr. Saltwan. Beginning now, I would like you to wear some sort of unique identification. Something that should never leave your person.
Then you had better select it, Captain. Anything that I would choose might also occur to the duplicate.
A logical precaution.
Introduction of Academy rings.
Use my Academy ring and give me yours. The differences will only show up under close inspection. I just finished talking to Selleck 2, and his solution to this problem is the destruction of one of you. What is your opinion?
May I suggest, Captain, that it is illogical for me to view this line of argument with complete equanimity. We are not only shipmates, but friends. To find that you would agree to kill any Selleck cannot help but impair my
This is painful acting, I gotta say.
Yeah, that's logic you've been able to bear on any situation whatsoever.
There is truth to my counterpart statement. You can use difference in our thinking by striking a balance between them to the benefit of the ship until the situation can be corrected.
Remember, mid-70s, first time they've done anything this big.
And memory. Therefore, Well, for both our purposes, either of us is the original, and there is no reason to prefer one over the other. A difference which makes no difference is no difference.
Very well, Mr. Selleck. For the present, I want you and your counterpart to stand alternate half-day watches. This way I get both of your services continually, and neither of you has to give up his quarters. You are dismissed. Report to the bridge.
Very well, Captain. An ideal interim solution.
Maybe so, but your brother still wants to live. Is Mr. Selleck there?
No, but there's no Captain. It's not his watch. As a matter of fact, he did pop in for about 5 minutes, but he just left. You might try his quarters, or shall I take him for you?
No thanks, Lieutenant. Nothing urgent. I'll be in the cafeteria. Cookout.
Yeah, the ship has a cafeteria.
The doctor assures me that due to the perfect symmetry of the Vulcan anatomy, there are no reversals of body parts. Selleck's half-human influence causes him to be right-handed, but his alternate Vulcan ability enables him to easily control this. Engineer Carrick is experimenting with animal transportations and has been getting reverse specimens for the doctor to study, but they die shortly after materialization.
Yeah, I think this was back in the days when they weren't quite sure they're going to get their asses sued. That's why they changed the names around.
What are you doing here?
I have issued no orders, Captain, and I would not be here except for the gravity of the situation. However, I must report that the entity you call Selleck 1 has barricaded himself in the good doctor's laboratory and refuses to come out without a long assurance of my destruction and a guarantee of his own life.
Doc, is there anything in your lab that Selleck 1 could use to damage the ship or its personnel?
Probably more things than I could guess, Captain. After all, he is the ship science officer, but I wouldn't suggest breaking in there with a phaser. The heat, smoke, and commotion afterwards, we're doing a lot of irreplaceable equipment, considering that he may be doing nothing more than he says he is, safeguarding his own life. Why not wait and see?
Oh, yeah. Well, not mullets, mutton chops.
Are enormous. Surely this move, which
Well, it's still about 10 years away.
establishes that he
I would say they're both unprofessional myself.
doing nothing is tantamount to inviting a highly qualified Klingon science officer aboard and allowing him to do his work.
Suddenly James Cawley's little rock and roll pompadour is not quite so glaring.
Doctor, I suggest you ask the computer for my record.
This is no time for feuding. Why don't you both cut it out now? The only chances I'm prepared to take now are those which will keep you both alive until I have concrete proof. For now, we're going to leave things just as they are.
Sure. How are we getting back to sick bay now?
Very well.
Captain, we're now looking photograph the range of Organia.
Lieutenant Chamba, how long would it take for a minimum scan?
One complete spherical atlas in 10 seconds, Captain.
Very well. We long ago lost that Klingon ship that was following us. They can't possibly know our exact positions now. But we'll take no
Since they're
chances.
changing the names around anyway, did they really need to have a black actress? All right, I'm already cut away from that, so hold on. Let's start with the next one.
I guess
Yeah. Issuing some orders about
technically no, but maybe they were obsessed with what Uhura was.
I don't know. This just would have been like, look, guys, you changed the name anyway, so I don't think you need to paint your girlfriend brown. Okay.
I have a feeling it would have been looked at as racist whether they did the blackface or changed it to a white girl.
True. Yeah, so they're kind of screwed either way. So let's move on to the season, the episode, part 2 of this.
While I sit here and stick beads on Matt, all right?
Give me 10 seconds in normal space, then turn to a heading of 48 mud 169 at work factor 1. Better set into the computer, Mr. Self.
And whoa!
And I'm getting calls from all vets about some type of emotional shockwave.
Clear the lines. Tell them we know and are working on it. Right now, let's look at the picture.
That glowing sphere exists on Organia's coordinates, yet it is not the same Organia as our previous logs recorded.
Some type of energy stream back, like nothing we've ever encountered before.
We have to find a way to shield ourselves from that screen or neutralize it. Lieutenant Sharma, find out from Mr. Carrick what time factor he needs to give us a detailed analysis of that field.
Mr. Carrick needs 30 seconds, Captain. He's giving me sensor alignments to correspond with his engineering analysis.
30 seconds?
Adjustments have been made. We're ready.
30 seconds. Very well. Brace yourselves. This is the captain to everyone on the ship. Prepare yourselves for one shot.
Would you really be talking that slowly if you had 30 seconds?
No.
Very well. Brace yourselves.
You need 30 seconds to do it. All right. Organia has apparently become the disco capital of the galaxy. And blows up.
The place is
Well, I mean, it is the 70s.
Yeah.
How many are there, Mr. Vogel?
2 were destroyed by automatic.
It's the best we get at Spencer's this week. Yeah.
Visual contact beam is gathered, sir.
They're just out of range, Captain.
Captain, they're sending urgent calls for help. High-powered help, no doubt.
So that's why they're keeping. All right, I intend to use the time they're giving us to our advantage.
Well, that's good that you're taking your time.
No point in radio silence now. Inform Starfleet of our whereabouts, the Organian situation, and our present battle status. Also, send a description of the two Select situation to the Scientific Advisory Board and ask for advice. How old is our recent code?
It's a year old, Captain. It's probably been broken by now.
Well then, Lieutenant, put it in Swahili. That'll give the Klingon something to think about.
But Captain, even modern Swahili lacks the technical terms necessary.
Well, did you have something else in mind?
Irish.
Irish? Never heard of it.
It's the synthetic language that James Joyce, the American novelist, invented for his last novel over 200 years ago. It's made up of over 40 or 50 other languages with slang in all of them. Nobody but an Earthman could hope to make sense of it.
Okay, and here's where it kind of, okay, guys, certain things work in a book that don't work when spoken out loud.
That's the risk. It may even take Starfleet a while to figure it out, and even then, a perfect translation is impossible.
Can it handle scientific terms?
Yes, Captain, quite efficiently.
Okay, then use it. Mr. Takata, could we sow a minefield to pass those two Klingon ships that are following us?
Mines without warp generators will simply fall into normal space and become a hazard to peacetime navigation.
Yeah, I think I would have skipped that entire code thing and just.
Kurt to engineering.
Carrick here.
Mr. Carrick, could we gradually extend the deflector shield with a mine held at its extremity by a tractor beam?
Aye, we could. But why?
I want to use the shield and beam to put the mine right under the Klingon's bow. The shield should hold the mine at warp speed. Then we explode the mine as we drop into normal space so that we don't get caught in it.
I don't know, Captain. It would be a tremendous strain in the engines. It's never been tried before.
Well, then that's
That's why they won't
we
expect
should
it.
try. Kurt out. Mr. Selleck, would such an operation be feasible in your opinion?
It is possible, Captain, but dangerous.
We have no other choice, Mr. Selleck. Mr. DeCaro, I'm of mind to proceed to carry out the operation. I want maximum acceleration the second after we drop into normal space.
Captain, that involves a high probability of shearing off the command section free of the engineering section.
No choice, Mr. Selleck. If we're to reach Organia, we must destroy those two Klingon ships.
That's what I wanted. I'm on shaking the camera.
Drive with it, Mr. Carrick. There's more to come.
Seconds to breakout. Fuel expansion rate acceptable.
Mr. Vogel, can the Klingons see what's going on the outside or sense it?
I don't know for sure, Captain. We can see it because we're within it, but they shouldn't be able to see us.
Hold on, very on, Captain.
Detonate now, Mr. DeCaro.
I'm wondering about the slurpy sounds you're making there.
Yeah, that's a very odd set of noises.
Is this supposed to be threatening? Someone slurping the icy?
Awkward.
Yeah. Ah! BJ, we still got that link. Come on in.
She's all together, Captain.
Tell me something I don't.
Klingon launching missiles.
Disregard pure randomness, person. Mr. DeCaro, engage enemy and fire at will. Course change. Ken, Mark 38.
I'm going to put the link up here real quick for you that you want to jump in here.
Sticking to another.
Attack torpedoes 2 and 4 fired. Got him, Captain.
Very good. Lieutenant Chalma, assess damage. Mr. DeCaro, relay a course in Organia on a different approach. North Factor 6.
And this is where all that's left of the rest of it.
Next week's Paragon's Paragon.
Captain's log, stardate 7042.1. I have called another special staff meeting with hopes of flushing out some hidden clues. Alright, Captain, Selleck has the computer today.
Technically, that is true, Captain. But all of this logic, except the Russians, has failed to mention that the Russian delegation is almost invariably to this day has been exploring many areas, proving the brilliance of the Russians who invented it.
Young man, all of the logs that I've read indicate that the magnetron was an international, in fact, interplanetary scientific effort.
I gotta wonder about this. Is the closest they get to a Russian accent.
At this time, being whole or complete.
You had better select it, Captain. Anything that I would choose must also occur to the duplicate.
When it's time for a reckoning for this case.
And I was here at the time, so logically.
Yes, I quite understand. Well, gentlemen, yes, Kira, but where?
To live under such an
Waffle lamp.
defect as that.
Thank you, Mr. Selector. Your observation time noted, but we have no choice. Didn't that detective know the sensitivity of your voice? You really must learn to curb these over-emotional reactions of yours. And you can become the first officer of the starship. Now let's get down and see Mr. Carrick, if you can control yourself long enough.
Captain, I highly probably try to insult for the time. We have a
Come, solid, come.
According to your cousin's log, you're gaining altitude approximately 1/4 kilometer in that direction.
Well, then that's where we go.
Yeah. And we meet some semblance of the Organians.
Richard, that's correct. Mr. Simic, Mr. Carrick, these are my consters. Mr. Claymore and Mr. Trepane. We must hurry before the effects of the shield become uncomfortable.
By the time the Klingons manage to destroy the Paragon, they're going to wish they had let us quietly through instead.
My, that was intimidating. It could be. I'm not sure where they filmed this actually. I think it's probably California.
Captain, look at this. Must be
Yeah, for an amateur production, this is pretty ambitious stuff they're trying here.
Appears to be undamaged externally, Captain.
I mean, they're doing match shots and model. Also, back when you could hit sparklers.
But Commander,
On the contrary, I feel I can help you there. No. I was told our game was no more. But I'm doing so in order to minimize further violence. In fact, I would not be here at all had I not needed the exact location of your home planet system.
Yeah, welcome to the tail end of this.
I came in right in time.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
I was. I've been busy doing a bunch of things around the house. I didn't know you were on.
Well,
congratulations on digging these up, buddy. I had no idea these episodes existed.
This is basically a bit of a holy grail thing.
It's strange.
Okay, I guess Warren, Michigan is where it's at. Yeah. Okay, so there's one.
Constantino film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 1974. They did it for about $2,000,
Wow.
and probably it got about $10,000 a day. But
So
yeah, I guess
I
by that thing, somewhere in Michigan they did this. Okay, well, yeah, definitely not a lot of black folks in Michigan at the time.
no, I'm a little like I kind of get the authenticity and I kind of get the naivety going in. I don't think it was
Yeah.
done with any kind of malice
No,
or
God, no.
hate involved.
I don't think they would have made people happy either way if they'd done that, or if they'd replaced her with somebody they had available of a different race. I think it would have gotten some historical hate either way.
Well, remember, Uhura was one of the characters, like Sulu and Chekhov. They were a little interchangeable on the bridge. Spock was always there. McCoy was there if there was a reason.
Yeah.
Scotty was there if there was a reason. But they took away McCoy. I didn't see Chekhov or Sulu. I saw a long-haired red shirt and a Vulcan guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't help but think. Sorry, I just realized. I think I left my YouTube on. I apologize. One second. Let me shut that off.
Yeah.
I have really poor headphones, and
right.
and also a mic too. It's funny. A friend of mine caught me on a stream for the very first time. He goes, "Holy shit, your voice sounds terrible."
Now, apparently, when I did
this is a lot of work I'm doing over here.
When I did the update to Windows 11, it turned off the microphone. And of course, it didn't tell me to turn off the microphone, so I'm doing the whole live stream. Nothing's going on.
No. I hate all their damn updates and that they change things. And every time they update, they turn off like all the little settings are programmed, all your files and all your storage areas and stuff. And it's like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that might be my bitch side coming out.
Camera works. So one happy little thing, but okay, we're great. And I went for it and didn't notice that nothing's happened with the mic. So
yeah. So where did you find these episodes?
This was on. I was hunting around for something for last night, and again, Paragons was the first really big attempt at doing a fan film with the sets and the costumes and all that. Well, apparently they thought that to keep from being sued into oblivion by Paramount, they changed the names around a bit. They still would have been sued into oblivion by Paramount if they wanted to, but
yeah.
I guess also think that no one wanted to try and take on the role of Captain Kirk. I'm just supposed to change him slightly so we can get away with that's not right. Well, it's not Kirk; it's someone else.
I couldn't help but have a.
I don't know when I hear them use.
Sorry.
It's okay. I have a weird delay tonight for some reason. I was just going to say, for some reason, every time I hear them use fake names like that, all I can think of is, yes, Captain Jerk.
The whole Star Trek thing, which I've got. There you go, Captain Jack.
Well, there have been some good parodies over the years, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
I did think to myself, however, Captain, you've got a unique opportunity here. Depending on how badly you want to sell your soul versus how much you want likes and clicks, you could have a video out by tomorrow, something along the lines with a shock title, a clickbait title like Star Trek Secret Blackface Past, exposed. Camera, and then you get on the high horse and you get like 500,000. I guarantee you that would make Reddit, that would make
well, I imagine the comment section alone on this one's gonna again. I'm gonna pull yesterday's attempt here and put this because there was no sound on my end here. The episode went out fine, but nothing else worked. But I want to get this out early enough so I'm not stepping on tricking on Tuesday later on. But I did send Wes an invite and others.
I'm unfamiliar with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So this was a biggie. It's been a bit of a holy grail, really, and I'm surprised even this much has managed to come out. The next big one is going to be, if it ever comes, probably next month. I think what they're talking about is Yorktown: A Time to Heal. which they managed to get George Takei into play Sulu, and they had James Segata playing Amunagura. And it's sort of an in between the original series and the movie, and they're focused on the Yorktown and stuff like that. They talked about it. They had a write up in Starlog in '86, I think, and it just sort of died there for a while. But then the guys got together. Hey, why don't we finish this thing? And they've got all CGI effects of the ship now. Yeah.
I was noticing classic comics. I'd mentioned it's filmed on location in empty field in Muncie, Indiana, quite possibly. And he wants to know, wait, are they supposed to be Klingons or black? He's unsure.
Yes.
Coach Clearfoss, however, comes out with a very George Takei inspired, oh my.
Yeah, oh my.
Well, there is some charm to these fan films, definitely. And that was one of the more original productions I've ever seen. I'm sorry I only caught the tail end of it.
Well, yeah, popped in yesterday, and this will be up for going back and watching later. I mean, we've been at for 41 minutes. But I'm not going to go through now. It stands on its own. I don't even make any grades or qual. I'm just showcasing here. Here's something from '74. This is the state of the art at the time.
Sure, no doubt. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't bad mouthing it. I'm just saying there is that charm.
You got to start somewhere,
Yeah. Also, with these certain fan productions, you can kind of see how they got a little stricter over the years. I think it was you that drew my attention to that. They couldn't have certain hair or whatever. Like they had to ease off on the sideburns and shit. You can tell that was a total '70s production with the length of blonde Spock sideburns.
Well, you got to. It's supposed to be.
Well, it has so much '70s porn hair. It's not even funny.
I was going to say that red shirt on the bridge looks like he was part of the setup crew for Manfred Mann at one point.
Yeah. Actually, look at the keyboard.
Had a real rowdy vibes to him. It was,
that accent their engineer was doing, it's like that, but there was also something familiar about it, and then it hit me. Yeah. Whenever Mad Mardigan was on, like, Mary, shenanigans, or he's doing his, was supposed to be a New Zealand Batman. I'm Batman. That's the accent. That is the accent he keeps doing. It's like, I think it's an attempt at Swedish. I don't know.
Do you know in these fan film productions, what was the first time they were able to corral a celebrity of any kind?
I
think it may have been Yorktown.
I'm waiting for Jet, guys.
That's the first time they got George Takei for I think the first time they had a.
Sorry, Eagle. Yeah, your bead thing's looking lovely. I'm not exactly sure what it is you're doing, but it's looks very labor intensive.
It's a tiger.
They're diamond art. They're basically a combination of what would be considered expert level paint by numbers with embroidery.
Ooh. Well, that sounds like it would focus a lot of your concentration. Making the wrong screen.
You see all the teeny little specks and spots? Every bead has to be centered just so in each spot.
There we go.
So it takes a bit of time.
Yeah,
you can see up here is the section that's finished.
Yeah.
Up to the base of the lamp, you can see the nose and the mouth.
There's the face. Right up here. It's a sleeping white tiger cub.
What do you do with this? Is this something you frame? How do you display this?
You can frame them. You can just do specialized epoxy over the top and then like paint the edge of the canvas and hang it like it is and stuff. Right. The big point of this is usually for those of us who enjoy doing it. And for me, getting into how hard it is to do tigers with the ultra high shine beads, because I have them working on making custom tiger prints of some of my photos I took. So,
well, good for you.
Those ones are my own artwork, so
they keep yourself
they got to be perfect,
busy, and something to focus on.
If my hands aren't busy, I'm getting in trouble.
And how much would it cost if I sent you a white leather jacket for you to do that to the back of the jacket? I want a giant tiger cuff, white tiger cuff, rhinestone jacket.
There's your chance to name your price.
I would have to find out which beads would actually be required for that and what I would need to do to make it actually stick. Because you want it to be able to at least have a hand wash or get a little wet if you get rained on or something without it coming off.
I'm sure you're not old enough to remember, but I bet Cap is. Do you remember those rhinestone guns that they used to sell?
I do too remember those.
Bedazzler thing.
I do too remember those.
Bedazzler, yeah.
Wait a minute, how young do you think I am?
Oh, well, it's best to err on the side of politeness. All situations. Cap, there's no hiding that. That big sad thing is Cap's going to turn around and tell me why I'm 32. And I'm going, oh, geez, buddy, I'm saying you lived a hard life, haven't you, for 32?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, a few years ago when I started doing this,
I am 34 years. I'm 38 at the end of the year, so.
Oh.
I'm not exactly young.
Yeah. I turned 57 back in July, so I really can't do it.
Yeah, I know.
But as far as some of the stuff, what I said yesterday that got lost in the ether, apparently, to differentiate this from just being a blatant ripoff of Trekking on Tuesday, which is where I got that idea. I was like, why am I waiting on my China's twice his size? Why am I waiting on him? But one thing I'll try and make an effort not to do is I will not review a porn parody on this one. Okay.
Aww. I mean,
it's
okay.
It's too much pain in the ass to edit out all the good parts, and again, I assume in West Data's time, and he still misses bits, so it's not worth.
Do you have to edit out, or can you not just blur or obfuscate, or switch cameras?
Even though he still misses, bits. There's a few points where he gets full frontal. Hello.
Yeah. What you got to do is have a couple little to-go-to logos like your head, your smiling face, and then put them over the girl's parts or the guy's parts.
Okay, can we point out that the face comment was better when you talk about trying to hide porn stuff? You don't want to say your head.
Yeah, but there's that inherent joke there. He's got to hide it with something. He may as well self-promote, advertise, shameless advertising.
No, I get that. I just went to other jokes.
Brings up
you can always put your face over the Captain Kirk porn stars and let it go there.
Remember the Monkees did a movie called Head?
Yeah, sure.
The reason why they called it that, so that if they got a chance to do a second movie, in the ad copy, they could put in from the people who gave you head. Yeah. They could put that in the papers. Yeah.
I wouldn't know
that had to be a
make I'm a sweet, innocent angel. Somehow I don't think he believes me.
I suppose we could wrap it up about here so I don't get too long. But yeah, there's an example of
that sounds good. Well, what's coming up next?
Fan films. So, yeah.
What's your?
I'm just going to comment that we just switched from porn talk to wrapping it up. So I'm going to leave on that comment, and you guys have a great night.
Take care.
Okay, and next time it will be, we'll do it on Monday, and it'll stay on Monday instead of having to do a repeat on the following Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully I'll find another one. Not quite of this vintage, maybe. And certainly not of this I'm doubtful of this notoriety unless they surprise me and release Yorktown early.
Okay.
But I think on that note, we will go ahead and wrap it up. And maybe next time we got more people to show up and I send out invites. I do expect a response, people. I'm not just send it out. I do want people to come in. So thank you, Rosetta, for showing up. Thank you, Son of a Red Shirt. And
cheers.
Hey, I'm not going to try and analyze this stuff. I just put it out there, and here we go. See what we've done for the past years. And we will talk at you later.
Thanks. I love your endings.